The Khanya Senior Secondary School principal from Mount Fletcher in the Eastern Cape has been suspended. This comes after he allegedly called 7 pupils, quote, too stupid to write their matric exams. Now, the City Press newspaper reporting that he was worried about the school's pass mark and therefore calling on parents to write to the school, effectively asking them to have their children excluded from writing their final examination. Well, for more details about this situation, we're joined by SADTU spokesperson Nomusa Cembi, who joins us via the virtual platform. Ms. Cembi, thank you very much for your time. Can I begin with the question, seeking clarity from yourselves as the biggest union in the country as to whether or not you are aware of the situation that has apparently happened at Khanya Senior Secondary School in Mount Fletcher?
Morning, Xoli, and good morning to your viewers. As the National Office of the South African Democratic Teachers Union, we're not aware of this situation. We only became aware of it when we learned about it in the City Press newspaper. However, we believe that our provincial or our regional offices in the Eastern Cape, it's possible that they are aware.
Yeah.
We are waiting on them to submit a report and inform us as to what really happened.
All right.
At the school.
So, based on that City Press newspaper report, they are suggesting that the district department in the Eastern Cape, this is the Mngambi district, the officials there took the decision to place the principal on suspension pending an investigation. Do you think that this is the correct way, the correct step that has been taken by the department here?
Yes, we are aware that the department has taken the step to suspend the teacher. And procedurally, yes, they were supposed to do that because what happened was a violation of the right of these learners to education, which is a constitutional right, and no teacher and no one has the right to bar a learner from accessing that right. They also, the incident also shows that the dignity of these learners was severely affected because they prepared themselves for the whole year for this to take place, for them to write these exams, and then within a week before they could write, they were told that they could not write. Imagine what this has done to their dignity.
Yeah.
However, one cannot say that on this basis, then he is found guilty. Processes have got to be followed. Yeah, that's why the person has been suspended so that a proper investigation will take place. We agree with that.
Yeah.
Pending that a proper investigation is taking place. But however, what we have learned so far, what has happened so far would require that he be suspended so that a proper investigation can take place.
You talk about the dignity of the learners that has been impaired. In fact, one of the parents interviewed by the newspaper is quoted as saying that this principal has killed the self-esteem of his son, has killed the confidence of this child. And to him, this principal has declared his child as too stupid to write even before the exam can be written.
It is.
Continue, please continue, ma'am.
I would imagine that really this has really done a lot of damage to these learners. Any learner, it can do damage to everyone. And in a situation where we have learners committing suicide just for writing the exams, one needs to say, we wonder what would have happened had these learners, taken that route of committing suicide, which is quite prevalent these days, and it is quite prevalent when learners are under pressure.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question, particularly relating to the parents. It is said that the school principal said to the parents they should write to the school to state that their children cannot write this exam, and the understanding is that some of them did not even understand the implications of the decision that they were making on behalf of their children. These parents, Ms. Cembi, would not have done this of their own accord. Surely they would have been prompted by the school to do this. And it leads to my next question as to whether, as SADTU, the people who have the pulse of the public schooling education, do you know whether this kind of practice is widespread?
I would not believe that this practice is widespread. It's the first incident that we have received. And if it was widespread, we would have received more. It is, I would say it is a drop in the ocean. But even if it's just one incident, it is, learners are affected. Even if they are 7, we care about their futures. So it's not a widespread thing. And we believe that it will be tackled, it will be investigated sooner and tackled and put to rest, so that it does not spread to other teachers or other schools, because we believe that the sooner the matter is dealt with and concluded, then it will stop others from ever thinking of adopting such an unhealthy or unhealthy decision to bar learners from writing exams.
The practice of excluding children from writing the exam even before they attempt may not be widespread. As you say, it's a drop in the ocean based on your assessment, but what surely is widespread is the obsession with the pass mark of any school, given the celebrations that we see year after year when provinces compete for the highest mark. What do you think are some of the practices employed by principals to ensure that their schools stand out? Surely those have got to be looked at quite closely now.
Yes, there is a lot of pressure that has been brought about for schools to obtain high marks, to obtain 100% in matric. And as such, we've always been against this pressure, because it causes unnecessary pressure on the learners, and it has caused a lot of damage even to schools. You find that this practice of failing learners in grade 10 and in grade 11, it's quite prevalent. If they can see that the learner won't make it in grade 12, then they fail them in grade 10 and 11. And also you find that even in subjects that schools teach, you'll find schools dropping mathematics for maths literacy, so that they can get a 100% or mark in matric exam. We are against that. It's not benefiting education at all. Yeah. It's just to make that school shine at the expense of quality education, at the expense of, quality education to the learners.
Can I quickly come in? You're saying that you are against it, but as a teacher union, the largest in the country, standing against something is quite different to doing something about it. What have you done as SADTU about these kinds of pressures?
We have raised it with the department that we have raised, first of all, that the department is putting a lot of resources on the grade 10 class at the expense of lower grades. We don't see lower grades getting as much support and getting so much resources spent on them. We do raise in our National General Council and our Congress last year. We did put up a resolution to say the government should stop this competition among provinces, and also should stop putting so much resources to matrics and resources should be spread right through the grades. And we want more emphasis on the foundation phase grades and lower grades, because if more work was done on these lower grades, there won't be so much pressure on matric.
Yeah.
We have made this aware to the department. We have put our resolutions forward to say they must relook at how they support lower grades, so that there isn't so much pressure on matrics. And another thing that happens is that after matrix results, principals that do matrix are called to district offices to account as to how their schools fared, and that process is putting a lot of pressure on the principals. They are all put in one room. They do not have have this on a one-on-one. It's like they are all put out there and they're made to account as to why their schools failed, why their schools did not get a good pass. And that on its own puts a lot of pressure that can make some principals to resort to such acts as this, like this Mount Fletcher principal.
Okay.
What we do want principals, we do want teachers to account, but not in this manner. And why should it just be only the matrics? If the department was serious about education, the department should look at all grades, and it should do this in such a manner that doesn't embarrass teachers, but in a manner that it seeks to build the principals in order to perform better.
Two quick questions before I conclude our conversation. The department spokesperson in the Eastern Cape quoted as saying, if found guilty, the principal will face the wrath of the law. In your view, how harsh a punishment should this principal face if indeed he is found guilty by the department's investigations? And add to that, if it is found that he is your member, as in a member of SADTU, what would your attitude be towards him?
We have the South African Council of Educators that does put say what kind of sentence should one give for these atrocities. We have the Education Labour Relations Council that deals with these matters. It is those people who will decide based on the facts that will be put before them. They will be the ones to decide on the proper punishment to give that teacher. We do not want to preempt that ruling. And as a SADTU member, if it's decided that he has to or he has to leave the profession, or he has got to be sentenced, we have to take that sentence, because if he's our member, we will be there right through the process to ensure that whatever is reached, it is done in a fair manner. So we are always there. If some people say we are there to defend members, yes, as a union we need to be there to represent the member, so that to ensure that the process is done fairly. Whatever conclusion is reached is done in a fair manner.
Final question to you, and it's something completely different to what we are talking about now. It's got to do with the EFF saying that teachers, particularly those affiliated to your union, SADTU, should be disqualified. In fact, they should not even be employed as IEC staff. What's your attitude towards this call?
It is, we did respond to this, and we have asked the EFF to really apologize and retract from this, because the manner in which they put it, it was very much intimidating. SADTU members and teachers as well are not in the IEC just because they are SADTU members. This thing started in the dawn of democracy, where schools would be used as the voting stations, and teachers in those schools would work in the elections. It's not SADTU members, it's teachers. Other unions also have their members who work during this, who assist during this.
Their discomfort,
election.
Ms. Cembi, I'm sorry to cut in. Their discomfort is that you are simply too close to the governing party.
Yes, we are as an affiliate of SADTU, which is part of the Tripartite Alliance. Yes, we are close to the governing party. But we have conducted, our members or teachers have conducted themselves in a manner that is quite very much professional, because the IEC is regarded as one of the best elections commissions, not only in South Africa and in Africa as a whole. And our members have always been there. They've always conducted these elections. And when they become part of this, they are committed. They sign to a code of conduct that is there by the IEC, which ensures that they conduct themselves in a fair and proper and professional manner. So it's not that they just go and do as they please. And on top of that, there are party agents in all these voting stations to ensure that whoever is working there is doing a proper job. So it's not easy for our members to manipulate the process when there are several measures in place to ensure that things are done fairly. The EFF always has its agents there. Its agents, have they ever come? We've never seen their agents coming with reports to say SADTU members did this and that in our station. So we do not know what motivates them, because they have not a single shred of evidence to show that in wherever they've been, our members have manipulated the process. They have no evidence at all.
Nomusa Cembi, let me thank you very much for indulging me, particularly on this last question. Thanks indeed for your time. Spokesperson for Teachers Union SADTU.